So you guys did really good yesterday on the practice your intuition thing. And I don't know if Tony TJ, you knew that you had a gift, but we definitely found your way of getting your information. So you do really well with pictures. Not all of us do. Like I posted in that last message, we all have to figure out how our intuition works individually because it's not going to be the same for everybody. Like I said, I don't do well on tests like that. I don't do well from pictures. It's very, very rarely that I'll get anything from a picture or something that I'm not physically interacting with. It has to at least be a living human being. Things that can get in the way of a reading. The biggest one, we haven't even talked about this yet, is called reader bias. It's a bias issue. So the bias is something that you believe that interferes or colors the reading or the information that you're giving to somebody else or the information that you're getting. So, for instance, I used to do these same types of intuitive tests with a group of former clients that I had. It was a closed Facebook group. It was a safe environment for people to talk about and get support for the issues that were going on with them without it showing up in the regular feed, which was great. It still exists. It's a loving community. I just love those folks. But I noticed that a lot of the people who had fear about their gift or fear of the other would automatically look at one of the pictures and that was their initial reaction. Oh, I don't get a good feeling from this. Okay. You now know that that is one of your biases. So you have to, if that's your initial reaction, is always fear, you experience the fear, acknowledge the fear, and then set it aside because that isn't going to actually be real usable information. So this is really important. This is why I say that I can only, not only, but it's so much easier for me to read for people I don't know, that I don't know anything about it. I don't want to hear about what's going on with you ahead of time. The less I know about you, the better, because then I know that everything I'm getting is what I'm getting and not just something either you told me or something I want for you. So, one of my best friends, we've been friends for 30, 35 years. I have a really hard time reading for her because I know her. We have a lot of history together. I know her life story. I know the things that we've talked about over all that time and we've shared are going to color anything I get for her. So reading for her is really difficult because instead of putting it through the usual filter of, okay, is this my internal voice or is it actual information that I'm getting? I also have to put it through the filter of, is this what I want for her? If the outcome is good, am I influencing it because that's what I want to happen for her? Or is it actually information that I'm getting? And so the more layers of that you add on, the harder it is to get to the truth. So it's much easier to do blind reading types of things, but realize that you have your own biases and you bring those also into your readings and all of the information that you're getting. So that's another part you have to sort of unravel from all of this. Another thing that you have to absolutely set aside is your ego. This is the hardest part to do. So ego is important. It's how we understand ourselves and how we picture ourselves, but it can also be a huge detriment. So if you get something right, it's not you. If you do really well in a reading, also not really you. It's your gift. Any more so than you can say, wow, my eyesight is so awesome, or my dexterity is just amazing, and I'm cool because I have dexterity. It's just a sense. It isn't necessarily something that should involve your ego. In my experience, we can't take ownership of this any more than we can take ownership of our eye color or skin tone. It's part of who we are. So while you can appreciate your gift and you can encourage your gift and you can share your gift, when it starts to become involved with your ego, you got a problem. So I've run into this a few times with clients where they feel better after they have a reading or we've done energy work. But instead of focusing on their guides and my guides who are doing the work, they focus on me. And that makes me hugely uncomfortable. I'm not the one doing the work. I'm just the face that you see attached to the work that's happening on the spiritual side of things with my guide and your guide and who knows who else. Me, Melissa, Uncommon Shaman, I'm not doing anything. I'm just the intermediary. So putting that I don't know, adulation onto me is inappropriate. So I don't see people again if that happens. It's really, really something that my guide pounded into me from day one. And I'm really glad that he did, that I am just a mouth. And I believe that to my very core. I'm just a mouth. So if you're a reader and you've done well with your readings, that's awesome. That means that you're really good at figuring out data. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're better than anybody else. I know that's hard to hear, but we're all just people. We're all just people making our way through the world in the best way that we can, doing what we can, trying to help other people, right? None of us are higher or lower. There is no higher vibrational beings that live here anyway. So that kind of language seems very exclusionary, and I try to avoid it. We're all the same. We're all equal. We're all just people doing our best. But yeah, you guys did a really good job on that. We'll keep doing it. Every Saturday and Sunday, I'll post something similar so that you guys can start to practice. But like I said, start thinking about all of the ways that this information comes to you over the course of a day, all of the different ways that you can practice your intuition as you're moving through the world. So many opportunities. Go to the grocery store, drive in your car. What is it that your partner wants for dinner tonight? Think about it before you ask them. See what they say. So many ways that you can test everything that happens to you during the day before it actually happens and see if you can figure out how your intuition works.